Christmas night. Cairo Wynn sat frozen as his blind date stood up in the crowded restaurant. You're not my type. No apology, no mercy. She walked out, leaving him alone in the familiar humiliation of another failed setup. A single dad, rejected again. He stood to leave. Then a woman's voice cut through the noise. Can you be my new husband? Cairo turned, stunned. A stranger sat at the next table looking straight at him. Dark hair pulled back in elegant twists. Sharp suit fitted perfectly against her rich brown skin. She looked out of place in this casual restaurant, like she belonged somewhere with white tablecloths and wine lists thicker than phone books. Excuse me? Can you be my new husband? Serena Vale repeated. No smile, no joke in her eyes. Cairo's throat went dry. I don't understand. I heard everything, Serena said. She nodded toward the empty chair across from Cairo. Your date, what she said to you. Heat crawled up his neck. The humiliation doubled. A stranger had witnessed it all. He grabbed his coat. I need to go. Wait. Serena stood, not desperate, just firm. I'm serious about my question. Cairo froze. He looked at her again. Really looked. She was maybe 35, her dark skin glowing under the restaurant lights. Confident posture, expensive watch. Everything about her screamed success, and she was asking him to marry her. You're insane, Cairo said. Probably. Serena tilted her head. But I'm also very alone, and so are you. The words hit harder than they should have. Cairo had spent 6 years alone. 6 years since Jenna died, 6 years raising Mira by himself. He tried dating, every single time, the same result. The women would smile at first, then he'd mention Mira. The shift happened fast. Polite interest turned into careful distance. Tonight's date had been the worst. She took one look at the photo of Mira on his phone and said those words. Then she left. Now this stranger stood in front of him, asking him to marry her. Sit down, Serena said. Let me buy you dinner. Something in her voice stopped him. She wasn't pitying him. She just sounded tired, like she understood. He sat back down. Serena ordered wine without asking what he wanted. When the waiter left, she folded her hands on the table. My family has been pressuring me to get married for 3 years, Serena said. They parade eligible men in front of me at every holiday dinner like I'm supposed to pick one off a shelf. Every man I've dated only wanted 2 things, my money or my connections. I built my company from nothing. And now that it's successful, everyone wants a piece of it. The waiter brought the wine. Serena picked up her glass but didn't drink. I want a family, she said quietly. A real one. Not a transaction. Just people who care about each other. Cairo knew that feeling. That ache for something whole. Why me? He asked. I know you have a daughter, Serena said. I heard you talking about her before. Your date showed up. You said she drew you a picture of a reindeer this morning. Cairo blinked. He had said that. I can't have children, Serena said flatly. Medical condition, irreversible. When I told my ex-fiancé, he called off the wedding. Said he wanted a real family. Cairo's anger flared. That's horrible. It is, but it's also reality. You have a daughter who needs a mother. I want a child but can't have one. You keep getting rejected for having a kid. I keep getting rejected for not being able to have them. She set down her glass. It makes sense. We could help each other. Cairo stared at her. She was serious. You don't know me, he said. Then let's fix that. Give me your number. Let me meet your daughter. Let's see if this insane idea could actually work. Cairo's hands trembled. This was crazy. But she wasn't looking at him like he was broken. She was looking at him like he might be the answer. I don't know, Cairo said. You don't have to know. Just give me a chance. They ate. They talked. Serena told him about her software company. Started in her garage 10 years ago. Now 200 employees. Cairo told her about Mira. 7 years old, loved drawing, hated broccoli. When they finished eating, Serena pulled out her phone. "Your number." Cairo hesitated. Then he gave it to her. "I mean it," she said. "I want to meet Mira." "Why are you doing this?" Cairo asked one more time. Serena stood, put on her coat, looked him straight in the eye. "Because I'm tired of being alone, and I think you are too." She left cash on the table and walked out. Cairo sat there, staring at the text on his phone. "This is Serena. Call me when you're ready." For the first time in 6 years, he felt something other than resignation. He felt hope. Cairo didn't call for 3 days. On the 4th day, Serena called him. "You're overthinking this," she said when he answered. Cairo sat on his couch in the dark. "How do you know?" "Because I've been doing the same thing. I almost deleted your number twice. I have a daughter, she's been through enough." "You'll never be sure," Serena said quietly. "You just have to decide if it's worth the risk." Silence stretched between them. "Saturday," Cairo finally said. "There's a park near my house, 10 in the morning. I'll be there." Saturday came too fast. Cairo made Mira her favorite breakfast, chocolate chip pancakes. "We're meeting someone at the park today," Cairo said. Mira looked up, her dark curls bouncing. "Who?" "A friend of mine. Her name is Serena." Serena showed up exactly on time. She wore jeans and a sweater instead of a suit. Her locks were down, framing her beautiful dark face. She looked softer somehow. Mira ran ahead to the pond. Cairo and Serena walked side by side. They watched Mira throw breadcrumbs to the ducks. She laughed when one of them waddled too close. Mira came running back. "Dad, that duck is so fat!" Then she noticed Serena. "Hi, are you my dad's friend?" "I am." Serena crouched down to Mira's eye level. "My name is Serena. What's yours?" "Mira, I'm named after my grandmother." "I know, your dad told me. She sounds like she was an amazing woman." Mira's face lit up. "Really? Did he tell you about her garden?" Just like that, the ice broke. Mira started chattering about her grandmother's flowers, about school, about her drawings. Serena listened to every word. Cairo watched them, something warm growing in his chest. After the park, Mira asked if Serena wanted to see her room. Cairo almost said no, but Serena said yes before he could stop it. His house felt smaller with Serena in it. She stood in the living room, looking at the photos on the wall. Most of them were of Mira, a few were of Jenna. "She was beautiful," Serena said softly. "Yeah, she was." Mira's room was an explosion of color. Drawings covered every surface. "Wow," Serena said. They stayed for an hour. Serena sat on the floor with Mira and drew with her. She wasn't good at it. Her rabbit looked more like a deformed potato, but Mira thought it was hilarious. When Serena left, Mira hugged her goodbye. "Can she come back?" Mira asked after Serena drove away. Cairo looked down at his daughter. "Do you want her to?" "Yeah, she's nice." Serena came back the next weekend, and the weekend after that, it became a routine. Saturday mornings, Cairo started to relax, started to let himself believe this might actually work. But late at night, when Mira was asleep, the fear crept in. He'd sit in the living room and stare at Jenna's photo. What would she think of this? Of him moving on? One night, after Mira went to bed, Serena stayed for coffee. "Can I ask you something?" Serena said. "Sure." "Do you think about her when I'm here?" Cairo's hands tightened around his mug. "Yes." "Does it bother you?" "Sometimes I feel like I'm betraying her, like I'm replacing her." "You're not replacing her," Serena said quietly. "You can't replace someone who was loved. That's not how it works." She told him about her own mother, how her father eventually found love again, how it didn't erase the past. It just helped them keep living. "I'm not trying to replace Jenna. I'm just trying to be part of your lives. If you'll let me." "I want to," Cairo said. I just don't know if I'm ready. No one's ever ready. Serena reached across the table. But maybe we can figure it out together. Cairo looked at her hand, then at her face. She looked scared, hopeful, vulnerable. He took her hand. 2 months later, Serena invited them to dinner at her parents' house. It's time, she said one night. They want to meet you. Cairo's stomach dropped. Are you sure? No, but we can't avoid them forever. What have you told them? That I'm seeing someone, that it's serious. You didn't mention Mira? Serena's face went tight. I wanted them to meet you both first. See how good this is before they start judging. Warning. Bells went off in Cairo's head. Judging? My family has certain expectations. They won't understand at first. But once they see us together, they'll come around. The dinner was Friday night. Serena's parents lived in a mansion. Circular driveway, columns by the front door. Mira pressed her face against the car window. Wow, is this where Serena grew up? I guess so, Cairo said. His hands were sweating. Serena met them at the door in a dress and heels, her locks pulled back elegantly. She led them inside. Marble floors, crystal chandeliers, art on the walls that probably cost more than his car. Serena's mother stood in the living room, tall, elegant, wearing pearls and an expression that could freeze water. Her dark skin was flawless, her silver-streaked hair perfectly styled. Mother, Serena said, this is Cairo, and this is Mira. Marion Vale's eyes swept over them, lingered on Mira. Something cold flickered across her face. How lovely, she said flatly. Please sit down. Serena's father appeared. Darius Vale, distinguished, imposing. He shook Cairo's hand. The grip was firm, evaluating. They sat in the formal dining room. 7 courses, 3 different forks. Mira looked overwhelmed. The conversation started politely. Darius asked about Cairo's job. Accounting, mid-level position. Nothing impressive. And you're raising your daughter alone? Marion asked. Her tone made it sound like an accusation. Yes. My wife passed away 6 years ago. I'm sorry for your loss. No real sympathy behind the words. Mira is very talented, Serena said. She's an incredible artist. How nice, Marion said. Then to Cairo. Such a formative age. Children that age need stability, structure, a proper family unit. Cairo's jaw tightened. She has that. Does she? Darius leaned back. A single father working a modest job. No mother figure. That hardly seems ideal. Father, Serena started. I'm just being realistic, Serena. You can't ignore facts. The fact is, Mira is happy and well cared for, Serena said, her voice sharp. For now, Marion said. But what about her future? Serena deserves more than someone's best. She deserves exceptional. She's built an empire. She comes from a good family. And you want her to throw that away to play mother to someone else's child? The words hit like a slap. Mira's fork clattered against her plate. Her eyes were wide, wet. Excuse me, Cairo said. He stood. Mira, come on. We're leaving. Cairo. Serena stood too. No, this was a mistake. Please don't go. Let me talk to them. They just called my daughter a burden. There's nothing to talk about. They just need time, Serena said desperately. They understand perfectly. We're not good enough for you. And maybe they're right. Cairo took Mira's hand. She was crying silently. I'm sorry, he said. I'm sorry I put Mira through this. He walked out. In the car, Mira sobbed. They hate me. They don't hate you. They just don't know you. They think I'm bad. They think I'm making everything wrong. Cairo's heart shattered. He'd brought her into that situation, exposed her to people who looked at her like she wasn't good enough. Serena called that night. Cairo didn't answer. She called the next day, and the next. Left voicemails, sent texts. I'm so sorry. Please let me explain. They were wrong. Please don't shut me out. Cairo deleted them all. On the fourth day, Serena showed up at his house. He opened the door but didn't invite her in. What do you want? Serena looked terrible. Dark circles under her eyes, locks messy. I want to fix this. You can't. I talked to my parents. I told them they were completely out of line. An apology won't change what they think. They made it very clear. Mira and I aren't good enough. And you know what? They're probably right. Don't say that. Why not? It's true. Look at us, Serena. You live in penthouses and I rent a 3-bedroom house. You run a company and I push papers in a cubicle. We don't fit in your world. I don't care about any of that. But your family does. And they always will. Every holiday, every family event, we'll be the outsiders. Mira will feel it. I saw her face at that dinner. I won't put her through that again. Serena's eyes filled with tears. So that's it? You're just giving up? I'm protecting my daughter. By pushing me away? Your family will never accept us. And I won't make Mira live in a family where she's treated like she's not good enough. What about what I want? What about what Mira wants? She loves me. I know she does. And I love her. Doesn't that matter? It's not enough. Love isn't enough when the world keeps telling a 7-year-old that she's not wanted. My parents aren't the world. They're your world. I won't subject Mira to a lifetime of that. Serena stood there, tears streaming. So you're choosing for her? You're not even going to ask what she wants? She's 7. She doesn't understand. She understands more than you think. She understands that someone cares about her, and you're taking that away because you're scared. I'm being realistic. You're being a coward. The word hung in the air. Cairo's hands shook. Get out! Cairo, get out of my house, we're done. Serena stared at him. Then she turned and walked away. Cairo closed the door and leaned against it. His whole body trembled. From upstairs, he heard Mira's door open. Footsteps came down the stairs. Dad? Her voice was small. Cairo turned. Mira stood on the bottom step, holding her stuffed rabbit. Is Serena gone? Forever? Yeah, probably. Mira's face crumpled. But I don't want her to go. I know, sweetheart, but it's complicated. Is it because of me? Because her parents don't like me? No, it's not because of you. Yes, it is. Tears rolled down Mira's cheeks. They said I was bad. They said you can't give me good things. They said Serena shouldn't be with us because of me. They were wrong. Then why did you let them win? Mira shouted. It was the first time Cairo had ever heard her yell. Why did you make Serena leave? She was nice to me. She made me happy. And you sent her away. I was trying to protect you. I don't want protection, Mira screamed. I want Serena. I want her to come back. I want her to be my mom. She ran upstairs. Her door slammed. Cairo stood in the empty hallway, the weight of what he'd done crushing down on him. He'd wanted to protect Mira from rejection, but instead, he'd taken away the one person who'd made her feel whole. He'd made Mira feel like she was the reason good things couldn't happen. Cairo sank to the floor, his head in his hands. 3 days passed in silence. Mira barely spoke to him. The light had gone out of her eyes. She stopped drawing. That's what broke Cairo. When he walked past her room and saw her art supplies untouched. On the 4th night, Cairo's sister Renee came over. She took one look at him and shook her head. You look like hell. Thanks. Where's Mira? Upstairs, avoiding me. Renee sat on the couch. What happened? Cairo told her everything. When he finished, Renee was quiet for a long time. You're an idiot, she finally said. I was trying to protect Mira. From what? From being happy? Renee leaned forward. You just taught her that she's the reason you can't be happy. That loving her means sacrificing everything else. The words hit like a punch. That's not what I meant. But that's what she learned. Cairo, I love you. You're a great father. But sometimes you're so busy protecting Mira from imaginary future pain that you're causing real pain right now. Serena's parents hate us. So what? That doesn't mean you have to let them win. You're teaching Mira that when things get hard, you just give up. Cairo's hands shook. What if it doesn't work? What if Mira gets hurt? What if she doesn't? What if you're throwing away the best thing that's happened to you in years because you're too scared to fight for it? She stood up. Jenna would have fought, she said quietly. She would have told those people exactly where they could shove their judgment. She would have chosen love. She would have been brave. She headed for the door, stopped, looked back. Be brave, Cairo, for Mira, for yourself, for Serena. She left. Cairo sat in the silence, Renee's words echoing. Be brave. He thought about Jenna, not the sanitized memory, but the real woman, fierce, strong, unafraid. She would have fought. She would have protected Mira while still choosing happiness. And what had he done? He'd run. He'd let fear make his decisions. He'd failed both Mira and Serena. But maybe it wasn't too late. Cairo went upstairs, knocked on Mira's door. Go away, she said. Mira, please. I need to talk to you. Silence. I made a mistake, a big one, and I need your help to fix it. The door opened. Slowly. Mira stood there, her eyes red from crying. What mistake? I let fear make my decisions. I was so scared of you getting hurt that I pushed away someone who loves you. Serena, Mira whispered. Yeah, Serena. Cairo knelt down. I was wrong. Her parents were terrible. But that doesn't mean Serena is like them. That doesn't mean we have to let them win. But they hate me. They don't know you. And even if they never change, that doesn't make them right. You are good enough. You are amazing. And anyone who can't see that doesn't matter. Mira's lip trembled. Do you really mean that? I really do. I love you more than anything. And I thought protecting you meant keeping you away from people who might hurt you. But I was wrong. Real protection means teaching you to stand up to those people, to know your own worth, to fight for what matters. Serena matters, Mira said. She does, so I need to know something. Do you still want Serena in your life, even knowing her family might never accept us? Mira nodded immediately. Yes, I don't care about her mean parents. I just want Serena. Then I'm going to fight for her, but she might not forgive me. She'll forgive you, Mira said with 7-year-old certainty. She loves us. Mira threw her arms around his neck. Cairo held her tight. I'm sorry, he whispered. I'm so sorry I hurt you. It's okay, just get Serena back. Cairo called Serena that night. She didn't answer. He called again the next morning. Straight to voicemail, he texted. Nothing. On the third day, he drove to her office. The receptionist told him Serena wasn't seeing anyone. Please, Cairo said. Just 5 minutes. 2 minutes later, Serena appeared in the lobby. She looked exhausted. What do you want? To apologize. To beg you to give me another chance. Cairo, I was wrong. The words tumbled out. I was scared and I was wrong. Your parents were horrible and I let them win. I pushed you away because I was trying to protect Mira, but instead, I hurt her worse than anyone else ever could. She misses you. She wants you back. And so do I. Serena's expression didn't change. You called me a mistake. I was the mistake, not you, never you. You've been nothing but good to us, and I threw it away because I was a coward. My family will never accept you. You were right about that. I don't care. You should care. It will be hard. Let them try. I don't need their approval. I just need you. Mira needs you. We need you, Serena. And I'm willing to fight for that. I'm willing to stand up to your parents, to anyone who tries to tell us we don't belong together, because we do belong together. Serena's eyes filled with tears. I'm sorry, Cairo said again. You're not a substitute. You're not temporary. You're the person I want to build a life with. I love you, Serena. I'm in love with you, and I want you in our life. In my life. Serena covered her mouth with her hand. If you'll give me another chance, I'll spend every day proving I mean it. That you matter. That you belong. Serena stood there, trembling. Then she stepped forward and collapsed against his chest. He caught her. I was so hurt, she whispered. I know. I'm sorry. I thought you didn't want me. I want you. God, I want you so much. They stood like that for a long time. When Serena finally pulled back, her face was blotchy and wet. What now? Now you come home. That evening, Serena showed up at their house with art supplies. Mira opened the door and froze. Hi, Serena said softly. Mira launched herself forward, wrapped her arms around Serena's waist and held on tight. I'm sorry your parents don't like me, Mira said into Serena's shirt. Hey! Serena knelt down, took Mira's face in her hands. You have nothing to be sorry for. Nothing. My parents were wrong, and I told them they can either accept you and your dad, or they can lose me. Because you two are my family now, the family I choose. Really? Really? You're stuck with me now, if you'll have me. Forever? Mira asked. Forever, Serena promised. Mira hugged her again, tighter this time. Over Mira's head, Serena looked at Cairo. He saw the question in her eyes. He nodded. Yes, forever. 3 weeks later, Serena sat across from her parents in a private room at an upscale restaurant. Neutral ground, just the three of them. Marion sipped her wine carefully, not meeting Serena's eyes. Darius cleared his throat. Serena, we've been thinking... I don't care what you've been thinking. Serena's voice was calm, steel underneath. I'm here to tell you what I've decided. Marion's lips thinned. I'm going to marry Cairo. I'm going to be Mira's mother. I'm going to build a life with them. And you have two choices. She set down her glass. You can accept them. Come to our wedding. Be part of our lives. Be grandparents to Mira. Or you can continue to judge us, and you will never see me again. Darius's face went red. You can't be serious. I've never been more serious. I've spent 35 years trying to be what you wanted, the perfect daughter, the perfect businesswoman, and I was miserable. Then I met Cairo and Mira, and for the first time in my life, I was happy. Really happy. She leaned forward. I'm not asking for your permission. I'm telling you what's happening. The only question is whether you want to be part of it. Marion set down her wine glass. This is ridiculous. You barely know this man. I know he's kind. I know he's a devoted father. I know he makes me laugh. I know he sees me as more than a bank account or a business connection, which is more than I can say for every man you've ever paraded in front of me. Serena stood. You have 1 week to decide. After that, my door closes permanently. She walked out without looking back. 6 days passed in silence. On the 7th day, Marion called. We'd like to meet them again, properly this time. Serena's heart hammered. Why? A long pause. Because you're our daughter, and we don't want to lose you. It wasn't an apology, but it was something. Okay, but this time we do it my way. No mansion, no formal dinner, just a park, casual. And if you say one unkind word to Mira, we're done permanently. Understood. They met the following Saturday. Same park where Cairo and Serena had first brought Mira. Serena's parents arrived stiffly. Marion wore slacks and a silk blouse. Darius looked uncomfortable in khakis. Cairo and Mira were already there. Mira was throwing bread to the ducks, laughing. Mira turned and saw them. Her smile faded. She moved closer to Cairo. Then Mira did something unexpected. She walked up to Marion and held out the bread bag. Do you want to feed the ducks? I brought extra bread. Marion looked startled, like she hadn't expected Mira to speak to her. They're really hungry, Mira continued. That fat one over there is my favorite. I call him Duke. Despite herself, Marion's lips twitched, almost a smile. Duke? Yeah, because he's fancy, like a duke. This time Marion did smile. Small but real. I see. She took the bread from Mira. Show me which one is Duke. For the next hour, something shifted. Mira was completely herself. Bright, funny, unguarded. She talked about her drawings, about school, about the dragon pizza picture she'd made. She asked Marion about her favorite color, asked Darius if he'd ever fed ducks before, and slowly, Serena's parents began to soften. Not completely, but the ice started to crack. After the ducks, they walked. Mira ran ahead, looking at flowers. She's very energetic, Marion said. She is, Cairo agreed. Marion was quiet for a moment. Raising a child alone must be difficult. It wasn't an apology, but it was acknowledgement. It is sometimes, but she makes it worth it. They watched Mira cartwheel across the grass, fall, get up laughing. By the end of the afternoon, things weren't perfect, but Serena's parents had shown up. They'd spent time with Mira. They'd seen her as a real child, not an abstract problem. It was a start. As they were leaving, Marion stopped, looked at Cairo. You seem like a good father, she said stiffly. It wasn't much, but it was more than before. Over the next 6 months, things slowly changed. Serena's parents didn't become warm and fuzzy, but they showed up. They came to Mira's school art show. Marion even said, she has real talent. They came to Sunday dinners at Cairo's house, made small talk, tried. One Sunday after dinner, Marion pulled Cairo aside. I owe you an apology, she said. Cairo nearly dropped his coffee. I'm sorry for that first dinner. I was cruel. I judged you unfairly. I thought you were using Serena. I understand, Cairo said carefully. But I was wrong. The words seemed to pain her. You clearly care for my daughter, and Mira is a good child. Marion looked toward the kitchen where Mira and Serena were laughing over something. Serena is happy, truly happy. I haven't seen her like this in years. She makes me happy too. I still think you come from different worlds. We do, but perhaps that doesn't matter as much as I thought. She looked at him. All that matters is that you love my daughter, and that you're good to her. Are you? I try to be. Every day. Marion nodded. Then, stiffly, she held out her hand. Cairo shook it. It wasn't a warm embrace, but it was acceptance. He'd take it. That night, after Serena's parents left and Mira went to bed, Cairo and Serena sat on the couch together. My mother apologized to you, Serena said. She did. I almost fainted when she told me. Cairo laughed. It was pretty shocking. Thank you, Serena said softly. For what? For fighting. For not giving up. For giving them a chance to know you and Mira. They're your family. I wasn't going to take that away. Serena kissed him, soft and slow. When she pulled back, her eyes were bright. I have something to ask you, she said. Serena took a breath. Then she slid off the couch, got down on one knee. Cairo's heart stopped. Cairo, will you marry me? Will you let me be Mira's mom? Will you build this life with me? Cairo couldn't breathe, couldn't speak. Yes, he finally managed. God, yes. Serena laughed, cried, pulled a ring box out of her pocket, and slipped a ring onto his finger. They held each other on the living room floor, both shaking. From upstairs, they heard Mira's door open, small footsteps on the stairs. Mira appeared in the doorway, rubbing her eyes. What's happening? Cairo and Serena looked at each other, then at Mira. Serena just asked me to marry her, Cairo said. Mira's eyes went wide. And you said yes? I said yes, Mira screamed. She ran across the room and threw herself at both of them. The three of them ended up in a pile on the floor, laughing, crying, holding each other. You're really going to be my mom? Mira asked Serena. Really? Really? If that's okay with you. It's very okay, seriously. They stayed like that for a long time. The three of them tangled together. A family. Not the family Cairo had planned, not the family Serena had expected, but their family, built from loneliness and rejection and a crazy question on Christmas night. Built from choosing each other again and again, even when it was hard, especially when it was hard. The wedding was small, close friends and family. Serena's parents came, sat in the front row. Marian cried during the vows. Mira stood beside Serena in a white dress, holding a bouquet of flowers. When the officiant asked if anyone objected, Mira shouted, "No! They're perfect together!" Everyone laughed. Cairo looked at Serena in her wedding dress, at Mira beaming between them, at Renee crying in the second row, at Serena's parents watching with something that looked like acceptance, maybe even love. This was his life, now. No longer defined by loss, no longer defined by fear, defined by choice, by courage, by love. When he kissed Serena, Mira cheered, and Cairo thought about that night in the restaurant, the blind date who walked out, the stranger who asked an impossible question. "Can you be my new husband?" He thought she was crazy. Maybe she was. But crazy had given him everything he'd ever wanted: a partner, a family, a future. As they walked down the aisle together, all three of them, Cairo knew one thing for certain. He would choose this, choose them, choose this messy, complicated, beautiful life, every single day, for the rest of his life.